True Sky Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the month of August. So in the month of August, at least in the beginning, we are still in your sign. I mean that by the sun. So the sun is still transiting through the sign of True Sky Cancer till around, it's tricky. So some say up to the 9th, depending on what system you follow. Others say up until the 6th. I personally feel that the 8-8 Lion's Gate really is, it's like a blending of those kind of dates. So to me, yeah, I do think it's interesting because I mean, I do like numerology as well. I think it's irrelevant. It is relevant, not irrelevant, if that sounded like that. Yeah, so the 8-8 Lion's Gate to me is quite a powerful gate for that Leo energy coming in. So yeah, so the August this year is the eclipse season. So we have on the 12th of August, we have the annual total solar eclipse and the new moon in Leo. So then we also have a partial lunar eclipse, and that's your full moon in Aquarius on the 27th to the 28th of August. So these are the true sky signs that I'm reading for this channel. So welcome if you're a new here, or if you're returning, welcome as well. Welcome back. Yeah, this channel is based around the true sky astrology, which is the sidereal astrology. It's like an astronomical type of astrology. It's like more accurate with the stars. So if you were to download a sky reading app, it would be a lot more accurate than, say, a tropical system would be, which is like the mainstream Western astrology system that most astrologers follow. It's actually out of alignment almost 2,000 years now. So it really puts us back a lot, back to, you know, what your chart would be 2,000 years ago, I guess you would say. However, I do find it interesting because it gets confusing. So because it's to do with the precession of the equinoxes, which actually goes the other way. So actually, at a certain time in your life, it would probably be when you are around that 24 age-ish, 25 maybe, your progressed chart would be basically your tropical chart. So I do think that has relevance. And for me personally, it was around the time I was really accepting the true sky into my life, was around that time. And I did find it funny that my progressed chart was actually kind of mirroring my tropical chart. So yeah, so August is an interesting month. We do have the eclipse season upon us. And also we still have the Neptune retrograde occurring, the Pluto retrograde, and also the Saturn retrograde. So we've still got quite a few of the outer planets retrograding this month. So the core themes around the new moon in Leo on the 12th are to do with releasing pride, and resetting your core creative identity. So I do think that is quite interesting. The Uranus-Pluto trine is ongoing, helping ease the fear of the unknown and encouraging fresh, practical solutions. And then also for the full moon in August, so that's around that 27, 28 in Aquarius, its tension point is between individual self-expression and collective responsibility. So it's that group belonging versus the individual sovereignty. And these are the cards I have pulled for you for the month of August. So I've already shuffled the cards and cleansed the space and asked our guides to help us here. So the Tarot of the Sorceress is the main deck that I'm using for the solar transit through the sign of Cancer. And on the bottom of the deck, you actually have the card for Justice. So I think this month is going to be an underlying energy around justice. And this could be like justice in your life or justice in your loved one's life. There's some kind of theme to do with justice here for you. So interesting that quite a few water cards have come up. And also that we also have the Wheel of Fortune, because the Wheel of Fortune is linked to the planet Jupiter, and we do have Jupiter in True Sky Cancer. So I think that's really nice that it has come up for you here. And obviously it will be there longer than just this month. However, it is there at the moment, and yeah, for August. So the first card we have for you is the Lovers. So the Lovers is all about a choice. There's some kind of significant choice that's going to happen this month, need to be made in your life. And because this is the first card that has come up, it's going to be, you know, really quite important, and it's going to weigh on you mentally and spiritually. So these top three cards are to do with like the upper chakra energies, and the central card's like that crowning card. And then your crowning card is the Ace of Water. So it is a card that is connected with Cancer, being a water sign. It's also connected with new love, new emotional energies, new aspects in your life that, you know, are on that emotional level. So it could be like friendships, some kind of nourishment that you don't have to receive it from others. It could be some kind of nourishment that you are even offering yourself. Some kind of, you know, satisfied energy on that kind of emotional realm. And then next to it, we do have the Two of Water. So the water in this deck is like your cups, cards. So the Two of Water also is linked to potential love and offering, could be friendship, some kind of collaboration and emotional healing situation. So this is really lovely that this energy is here this month for you on these upper chakras. So we're talking like the crown, the third eye, and the throat chakra. So there's a lot of emotion, but there's also this potential love energy and a decision that needs to be made. There's some kind of fork in the road. There's a pathway. There's, you know, very different outcomes from this decision. And then you have, these are your central cards, which are linked to like your heart chakra, also like your solar plexus and your throat as well. And we've got the Three of Water. So the Three of Water is about celebrating with loved ones. So it's really important this month, if you can, you know, get together with people that you enjoy to be with, you know, that enjoy you as well, people that are beneficial in your life's journey. And then having the Wheel of Fortune here at the bottom corner underneath your Three of Water. So these are the base cards to do with the base chakras. So the base and the sacral and the solar plexus. So this to me is saying that, you know, this opportunity to celebrate with loved ones and, you know, people that are beneficial towards you could really lead to some good opportunities. Having this Wheel of Fortune, you know, turning in your favor. There might be someone that, you know, introduces you to someone, or, you know, maybe they have, you know, a job going, or there's something here. There's some kind of increase here. And then also here with the central card, we have the Ace of Earth. So this is kind of like your Ace of Pentacles as the central card for your reading. So it's really important this month. There's going to be some kind of new financial opportunity, some kind of abundance coming in, some hope and good health. There's a good stable foundation here. Then you have the Page of Water. So once again, another potential love coming in. Could be a friend, but some loving energy here with this water again. So we had the Ace, we had the 2, and we have the Page of Water here. So there's quite a bit of this loving kind of energy here. And it's not really surrounded by negative, other negative cards. You know, yes, there is the Lovers, so there's a choice, obviously. And there is this financial opportunity in the center, and there's this Wheel of Fortune. However, down on the bottom here, we do have a couple of more challenging cards. We have the Five of Earth, which does warn that this could be a time of financial or resource or even opportunity. There's some kind of scarcity here. And that is within your life or yourself, because this is the base of the matter. So it's that real base energy. So it may even be that you're feeling quite weak, maybe, you know, maybe you're not feeling that strong. There might be some kind of illness or something that you know, takes it out of you a bit this month. But having, you know, that Five of Earth on that base chakra, to me, it does weaken that position. Then you do have also the Nine of Fire. It's also in that line of the base of the matter energies, but it is a flanking card. It's not as important as these main ones in the middle. So the Nine of Fire is like your Nine of Wands. And it does have, you know, the energy that you need to kind of focus on what you're doing. And depending on what is going on around you, you need to keep moving. It's kind of important even for you to be almost narrow-minded at this time, to just really focus on what you need to do and get it done. So it has that ability, however, to open your perception and for you to be able to see beyond like the mere appearances of things, and also to use your imagination. So these are all important parts of it as well. Obviously, you know, maybe you really need to think about this new love coming in. Maybe they are genuine. Maybe it might not be, you know, long term. Who knows? There is some earth energy here though, so I wouldn't say this one's maybe not, but also having this Three of Water again. So that one, it's more about friendship and celebration, but it is linked to this Lovers card. So potentially it could even be maybe a discussion with a friend, or something to do with this crossroads is also linked with this Three of Water as well. So, and also the Ace of Earth as well, this new financial opportunity. And that Nine of Fire is also. So the next cards I'm going to use for you are the Under the Oak Tarot. And on the bottom of the deck for you, we got Judgment. So Judgment is quite an interesting energy. It does have a spiritual / religious almost energy to it. So it does mean that there are like higher forces at play here. And that you may feel quite, this is an underlying energy for the month, so similar to that Justice energy, that you may even feel that there's an underlying energy of like divine guidance, like a sense of fate kind of guiding you or guiding what's happening around you as well. So for the Lovers, the clarifying card we have is the Four of Pentacles. So that's quite an interesting combination. So the Four of Pentacles isn't the most abundant pentacle card, but there is some kind of stability there. You know, 4 is a very stable number, and the area you really kind of need to work on is maybe not being too grasping, you know, not worrying too much about not having enough. Focus on what you have, but try to not obsess over material resources. So having this to clarify the Lovers to me is saying that, because often the Lovers card in decision or indecision can involve a path or excuse me, a choice involving the heart or the head. And depending on your situation, having the Four of Pentacles to me is saying that maybe you're worried about material needs and material matters. So, you know, maybe this heart decision may be enough, but maybe it's not either. And maybe you feel that you need to make it more on the head because, you know, of that reason, so be aware of that. Try not to make decisions. This is just my advice. Try not to make decisions like purely based on obviously material gain, because at the end of the day, fortunes come and go. And what remains when they go may not be what you want to be in. So just be aware of that. Also, for the Ace of Water, we now have the Queen of Swords. So that's really interesting combination as well. So the Ace of Water was about this new emotional opportunity, and the Queen of Swords is such an almost opposing energy here. I mean, yes, it's a feminine, but she has a sharp mind. She has been through a lot, and she's learnt through painful experiences to basically live in her head and to be this, you know, queen of the intellect. So I'm not really sure. I think that this new emotional opportunity may help you in your mental, intellectual development, but also be aware that if you live too much in your head, you know, the emotions may not really satisfy, kind of thing. You know, you need to feel the feelings. It's not all, you know, there's so many different parts of us that are worth, obviously you being a Cancer, you know that, like, you know about feelings, you know about your intuition, your dreams, your gut feelings, you know, all these kinds of things. Cancers are very in tune with these things. Potentially even this situation, this new emotional opportunity, may help you in the mental realm. But I was just worried that maybe it could even block some of that emotional stuff as well. So for the Two of Water, you have strength to clarify. So that is a really nice combination. The Two of Water is another card that is linked to potentially new love and, you know, to offering their nourishment, their cups to each other. So it's got quite a beautiful energy. And then the Strength card really guides you towards your inner strength. So potentially this love connection, if it is a new one coming in, it could even be just a new phase in one that you already have, could be really helping you on an inner level to kind of build your courage towards whatever it is that you're working on. And then even having the Queen of Swords with the Strength, to me, is kind of saying that as well. So this Queen of Swords is very intellectual, but the Strength is more gentle, and it's more on that inner strength, you know, that courage to be strong, you know, no matter what you go through. So even if you are going through some kind of financially restrictive energy at the moment, it may be your mind that really helps you overcome it, and your courage as well. Then for the Three of Water here, we have the Star. So what a beautiful combination. We also have here for you, and this is flanking. So having that star energy, which is all about like hopes and wishes, especially after hard times, the star is often linked to that. And with the Three of Waters, and also because the star is linked to the sign of Aquarius, which is about, you know, humanity. And it is about kind of, you know, equality and things like that. And the Three of Water is about like friendship and those that, you know, are beneficial to you, those people that bring you joy. So just having that together is really lovely. To me, that's definitely saying spend time with these people that love you, because they're going to really help you with your wishes and your hopes to really focus on the positive, you know, going forward, and what it is you're working on. What are you pouring into, you know, or what are you pouring out? Then you have, to clarify your Ace of Earth, you have the Two of Cups. So we've had the Two of Cups. Well, we had the Two of Water and now the Two of Cups. We've had this energy twice in this reading, and they're actually even connected, obviously, because it is our central card, so it's connected to all the cards here. So this is definitely a month to do with like love, reciprocal love, you know, some kind of emotional pouring with another. It definitely, it's the Two of Cups, so it definitely indicates, you know, two people pouring love into each other, which is so beautiful. And then having it to clarify this Ace of Earth. So there's also this financial opportunity with this new love. So really lovely central cards for you for this month. Then for the Page of Water, you have the Five of Wands to clarify. So the Five of Wands is a card to do with conflicts. However, it is interesting because I had a feeling this Page of Wands was maybe not the best love offer coming in. So there could be some kind of conflict with a love interest or someone coming in that maybe they aren't the best choice, or maybe they are just causing conflicts in your life at this time. And here, having the Strength, it is telling you to be strong, you know, be courageous when dealing with these energies. And the Queen of Swords isn't really connected here exactly. However, I think to use your head is really important. You know, don't get too emotionally involved. If they're just wanting to bring conflict and arguments and fighting into your life. And then to clarify your Wheel of Fortune, you also have the King, so the partner to the Queen of Swords. So you have your King and Queen of Swords here. So this is your, you know, leader archetype, that masculine leader archetype, this time on that intellectual level, which is interesting here, that we do have this King of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. I don't really see any connection to that Jupiter, you know, transit through the sign of Cancer here. However, we do have that full moon in August in Aquarius. So Aquarius is, it's linked to the air. It is an air sign, and it's linked to the star card, and it's also linked to the air suit. So that could be some of this energy coming through at the moment as well. So it's going to be quite an intense month because it is like the eclipse season, so there's all that eclipse energy, which is very karmic and dharmic, and really does tend to affect the next 6 to 12 months. However, I feel obviously because of the nodal influence repeating, I think it's every 19 years, I think that it does have that larger cycle at play as well. So often people that have quite significant nodal energies in their chart can find that their charts can follow that pattern, and like every 19 years some of the really, those transiting nodes will replay on those, like whatever it's doing, whether it's conjoined their sun or their ascendant or whatever it is that's going on. So yeah, so it does have that effect for, that whole 19 years will return again, these energies. So you could even think about what was happening for you, 19 years ago. It doesn't have to be, the exact same energies, because obviously there's other planets and other things involved, but just those nodal energies. So I do think that's interesting that we do have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. It could really be a good month to focus on your intellectual development and your abilities in that area. And obviously with the star, these hopes and dreams, it could even be someone coming in to your life that's quite significant at this time. Could be a feminine here, and it could be a masculine. Doesn't have to be. And yeah, they could be of the air signs or significant air placings in air houses, or the ruling planets of the air signs significantly placed in their charts. And because we do have that Two of Cups and all that cup energy, it could be on a love level too. So for the Five of Earth, you have the Page of Pentacles to clarify, which is quite interesting. The Page of Pentacles is material abundance. It is that new material opportunities, and it could even be a child. So the pages are linked to children up to, say, 18 years old. So there could be a child in your life that's quite significant at this time. And maybe even because there is this Five of Earth, they are struggling with their material needs. So it could even be someone that you might need to help, or potentially even this new love. This person coming in could have a child, and they could have significant earth in their chart, or earth houses, or the earth ruling planets significant in their chart. But yeah, this is definitely linked to that financial scarcity we were talking about earlier. However, to me, this really does bring that energy upwards. So it pulls it out of the scarcity, because the Page of Pentacles is more about like a new financial opportunity, new resources coming in. It could even say that there might be a time this month when you're really feeling that, and then all of a sudden there's this new, whatever it is, if it's a new job or some kind of resources that will help you. And yeah, it definitely could be linked to love, because we have that Two of Cups there above it. And then, interestingly, for the Nine of Fire, you have the King of Cups. So we have another King energy, which is interesting because I did pick up on the fact that there could be multiple people. Potentially, we had the Lovers, then we had all these water, the Ace, Two, and then we had the Two again. We had the Page. So the pages are generally linked to children. So often they're like a child up to, say, 18 years. Potentially even, this could be the child of someone that that you are maybe working with, or in some kind of emotional situation with. I don't know, because this is the one causing the conflict. So this could be their child. Obviously, it depends how old you are. This is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest for those that it will resonate for. So for the 9 of Fire, yeah, we have the King of Cups. So this is another, the kings are like of the, say 30 plus age range. And obviously the cups are linked to the water signs. So this could even be you. This could be you, Cancer. Even if you're not a masculine, it could just be you are taking on your masculine energies to, in this situation with that 9 of Fire, was all about focusing on what you need to do and moving forward with it. So you could be kind of, you know, that Cancer Chariot energy. Not that I see the Chariot here, but because that is linked with Cancer. Pulling your emotions into line and really focusing on guiding and being a leader in your life. So the next cards I'm going to pull from are the Shaman Oracle cards. And on the bottom of the deck, we do have for you the Companion. So the Companion is an important spiritual guide and ally. They are a supporter and offer unconditional help when you need it. So it could be a really good time to kind of reach out to companions in your life, even if they are on the spiritual level, to help you in your challenges. So they are like friends, and they help in the journeying between the worlds. So that's the underlying energy of that deck. The first card we have is, oh my goodness, the Shaman of Stars. So I just think that's really interesting because of that Aquarius energy I was talking about. And then it's also for this, to clarify, this Ace of Water with the Queen of Swords. And then you have the central card, the Ancestor of Exile. Wow. Wow. And this is for the Ace of Earth and the Two of Cups. And then you've got the Spirit of Destruction. And this is for that 5 of Earth with the Page of Pentacles. So for that crowning card with the Shaman of Stars. So the Shaman of Stars is linked to, obviously, starry wisdom, recognizing ancestral paths and relationships, transformative energy, changes in direction, reassessment, and awareness of higher purpose. So I was just feeling from this recognition of ancestral paths and relationships. Because we have that Ace of Water, which is about like new love opportunities, then we have this like Queen of Swords kind of guarding it. That's how I see this Queen of Swords. I think because it is a stone, and she has, you know, that Queen of Swords stone kind of energy, and we've got the runes there. So she's almost like this Viking, you know, queen. I really feel like maybe you're a bit guarded to love or to these emotional expressions or opportunities coming in because of some potential like wounding to do with your ancestors and the relationships that they had. That's what I was really feeling, that there is something here and that you're kind of working on transforming this energy. You're like that change agent in your family, and that it's really helping you to become, you know, more aware of your higher purpose. And then this central card that you have, this Ancestor of Exile, is even making me think of that too, because there's a part of me that thinks it's like you want to kind of exile these negative forces, these negative habits and patterns that may have, you know, your ancestors may have had to endure. that's caused like trauma in your familial lines. So the ancestor of exile's energies are around connection, return, restoration to family or nation, strength in time of loss, and a new direction home. So definitely that restoration to family or nation. That is fascinating. And that's for this new financial opportunity with this Two of Cups. So, and then the base of the matter, we have the spirit of destruction. So the energies here are around destruction of damaging emotions, freedom leading to calm, anger, frustration, power lost and power regained, annihilation of spiritual blockages, and letting go. So, wow. And this is to do with this scarcity or this poverty situation with this new financial opportunity. So, wow. The spirit of destruction there. The next cards I have for you are the Mists of Avalon Oracle. And on the bottom of the deck, I have for you July20-Aug6. So July20-Aug6 is about, brings the energies of renewal, freedom, authenticity, and manifestation. Isn't she beautiful? And that's for the underlying energies of August for you, Cancer. Then the first card we have, the crowning card, we have Lancelot. Lancelot. His energies are to do with chivalry, heroism, devotion, and romance. Wow. So Lancelot is coming to town in your life in August. And maybe that is you. So if that's you, then yeah, that's great. It doesn't have to be, someone coming in, but it could be. It could be someone coming in. Then the central card, oh my goodness, it's upside down, but these cards don't actually have reversal meanings. So Chalice Hill, oh my goodness. So the central card's energies are around faith, wellness, yin and yang, and balance. So I'm seeing it as, because it came in reversed, some of these energies, or probably all of them, will be challenged this month. So they are still really important, but you may find that your faith is challenged this month, potentially your wellness, which I did pick up a little bit with that base energy with the Five of Pentacles, and yin and yang, which is like the opposite, so balance, and then balance as well. So you might find it quite challenging this month in those areas. And this is to do with this ancestor of exile. She almost has a bit of a temperance kind of energy. Then we have for this, the base of the matter, the sacred grove. And its energies are around longevity, protection, nature, and renewal. So yeah, definitely, if this is to do with the spirit of destruction, if you can spend some time in nature, it could be really healing for you this month. Really restorative to your nervous system and your breathing and your heart and your mind and, basically every cell in your body. Is so important to do these things. And your longevity. So yeah, so that was for the spirit of destruction, which was about destroying these things that you are not wanting in your life. Okay, so the next cards I have for you are the Ancestral Oracle of the Celts. And on the bottom of the deck, for you, we do have the Prophet. So the Prophet's energies are around patterns you have set in progress are currently working out through the present time, although you may not remember their seeding. Think not of fate or curse, but rather perceive the destiny that is the potential of your gifts and the service that you were born to offer. So that's lovely. He has a very protective energy as far as I can see. I foresee the images hidden within the greater pattern and how they were seeded in the past. So that is the underlying energies of the month for you. So wow, there is some kind of seeding in the past that's linking to now, which is interesting because I was talking about with the eclipse season, how it's very karmic and dharmic, and it's linked to the, 19-year cycle. So maybe it could have even been like 19 years ago. There's some link here or something to do with that cycle. The first card we have for you, the actual crowning card, is the Brehon. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I don't actually speak any Celtic languages, even though my ancestry has some Celtic blood ancestry. So exercise careful judgment by deciding how justice is best served in this matter. This means expanding your vision beyond your concerns and seeing how it affects the world around you. If you need to reach an important decision, sit quietly to find the point of balance. That's so lovely, because we did have the Lovers card, which is all about needing to make an important decision. And then that Chalice Hill card came out reversed, which was all about balance. So yeah, there may be a time where you need to just sit quietly, do some meditation. Maybe like I said, even like go for a walk in nature. Walking in nature can be really good for thinking as well. I see things as they truly are and balance justice with mercy. So that's lovely. And this is for that Lancelot energy. Wow, so that was the chivalry, heroism, devotion, and romance, yeah. The Brehon. The central card for you for this month, oh my goodness, is the Initiator. So what a magical card. It kind of does make me think of Cancer too. I think it's the cauldron, but also all this creamy, white, milky stuff, which makes me think of the Milky Way, which always makes me think of Cancer. I think because of the connection with the mother and the milk. The tattoos, not so much, but there is something about the female figure that does make me think of Cancer. I think just because she's like a young, fertile looking feminine female, like she could be a mother, just because we can't see a big belly or a child doesn't mean that that's not occurring. But yeah, the Initiator. So this is your central card for the month. Only you can welcome the next phases. Whatever seemed dormant begins to move rapidly now. Whatever the outcome, be sure that it will involve change. A move of place, job, or condition of life is being heralded. Being part of things is better than standing aside. I find the openings and bring the changes so that potentialities can grow. So this is linked to this Chalice Hill, the Initiator of changes. And this didn't really have the energy of change, but it did have a potential challenge involved about balance. And then the base of the Matter card for you is the Adult Rack. Is that how you say it? The Adult Rack? How interesting. To me, she almost has like an Egyptian kind of energy. Interesting. You may temporarily influence events or energize things by turning on the charm, but the effects won't last. If you have the haunting feeling of being second best, it is most likely to be a reflection that's intended to make you feel unworthy or unfit. Hold to your confidence and true identity. I refresh and energize whatever is starved of life. Wow, the Adorak. Oh, the Adorak is a Pictish term for secondary wife. This term refers to the younger secondary wife who does not have the status of first wife. I didn't even know that the Picts had multiple wives. She can keep a man's young at heart and often holds power in the tribe through her husband's love. But such a position also has its ambivalent side. A new favorite wife sometimes changes the order of precedence of a younger woman, replaces an older, less attractive one. The fairy woman fanned becomes the demanding lover of July20, taking him away from his wife Ema, causing her to suffer terrible jealousy. July20 falls into a lovesick coma and agrees to go to the other world for the love of Fand. The situation is only rectified when Fand's erstwhile husband Manannan shakes his magical cloak between July20 and Fand, causing the lovers to forget each other. Wow, the Adorak. So that's interesting. Oh my goodness, a sacred grove, spirit of destruction. So there could be some kind of multiple partner situation going on here. And there could even be like ages, like it was saying about younger wife, older wife. There could be jealousy involved. That is quite a loaded base of the matter card there. So the next cards, actually the last cards I have for you today are the Moon Witch Oracle. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Witchy Medicine, Connect to Earth, which is interesting because I was talking a little bit about that earlier. Oh, the crowning card for you, Cancer, is Freya. You are worthy, you are loved. And that's with this Brehon energy. The central card, we have the Waning Gibbous. Count your blessings. So this is to do with the lunar phase of the waning gibbous. It may be really important. So have a look at when the waning gibbous is in August, because it could be around that time that a lot of these central energies really play out for you, Cancer. And then the last card we have is Sekhmet. Courage, truth, and shadow work. Wow, and that's linked to the Adorak. Potentially you could be the Adorak in someone else's, relationship as well. Definitely to me with the eclipse season, on this August, those kind of relationships to me have a bit of a karmic energy with them. I mean, I could be wrong, but I do think that, no matter what the relationship, obviously, if you look at your synastry or your composite chart, it's going to trigger different points in you and in your chart, and it's going to bring out, strengths and weaknesses and all sorts of things. And if you involve another person, it really can do a lot, because that person's energies can play on both of you. And you know what I mean? Like it really, it definitely, I don't know if you could do like a synastry chart with 3 charts. I don't know. You probably could. If you're in that kind of situation, it would be interesting to look at anyway. So these are the cards I have for you, Cancer, for the month of August. I hope you have a fantastic month ahead. If you've made it this far and you've gotten anything out of the reading, even if you've just found it entertaining, or you've enjoyed the different cards that I'm using, if you could comment if you have something to say. I really love hearing from all of you about whatever you want to talk about. You know, obviously it'd be better if it's aimed at something to do with the reading, but even if it's not, it could trigger something. The reading might trigger something that's going on for you that seems relevant, or if you could share the reading, if you have like maybe a Cancer, True Sky Cancer group or something that might like to hear it, that would be amazing. I really appreciate all of the interactivity I get on this channel, and I'm hoping to continue onwards with it. So take care of yourselves, and I'll be back soon. Bye.